Good evening. I'm going to show you my nighttime routine for some stretching and how to feel good and relaxed before you go to sleep. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's okay. If you do, great. If you have some kind of exercise mat that you can lay on, have in your bedroom, this is great to do right before you get into bed. And first, I always like to start off with loosening up my ankles and my feet. So if you need a wall to hang on to, or the chair or your bed or whatever you're next to, just hang on to the wall and start rotating one of your ankles. Now, of course, if this is something new, if you have any injuries, please consult your primary care physician before starting any kind of new exercises. If anything causes pain, then back off. Some stretching can cause a bit of discomfort at times, but I would say don't go past the point of discomfort. All right, so if you have both ankles already kind of rotated and loosened up a little bit, then I like to stretch out my calves. So if you're up against a wall or at your bed, you can just put your hands on whatever surface and just put one leg back and get the calf muscles stretched out. Remember not to get that front knee over the ankle. We don't want to go too far forward. We want to keep the knee supported. After I stretch out the calf a little bit, I like to bend my knee and let that heel come off the floor and get the Achilles tendon stretched a bit. Now, if you're super tight, just stick with the calf stretch or just do some mild pumping, kind of lift your heel up and back to the floor, just to warm up the tissues and not to overstretch, especially if you're really stiff or you've sat in a chair all day or you're an avid hiker, really just anything that would cause a lot of stiffness and tension in the low legs. I'm on my feet a lot during the day. I tend to just stand most of the time, so my legs and feet get pretty sore. All right, let's switch to sides. First, just stretch the calf. Keep the heel on the floor as best you can. If you can't, just as long as you feel a stretch, and just stick with that. Keep the front knee over the ankle, hanging on to whatever surface you have in front of you. And don't forget to breathe. That's always important. And then you can bend that knee and raise that heel up a bit, stretch the Achilles tendon. And of course, don't go past the point of discomfort, just a nice mild stretch. You can do the repetitions, warm up the tissue. And keep your back nice and straight as well. And your core slightly activated, keeping good balance. All right, now that we've got the low legs stretched out a bit, and I like to stretch out the bottom of my feet too, so I'll put my feet up against the wall and just put some pressure. So that can stretch the low leg as well and the foot. So that feels really good. And I like to hold stretches, 10, 20 seconds, maybe longer. If I'm really doing some yoga, I can stretch for a long time, but just before bed, I like to do this for 5 or 10 minutes. Just stretch out, get loosened up. All right, so just working our way up, I like to stretch my quads. So if you have to hang on to a surface, that's fine, or whatever you're comfortable with. And you want to make sure that you're not just flailing your knee out, but have a good support on the standing leg. Bring that heel close to the glutes and bring your knees as close as you can together. Don't arch your back, but push your hips slightly forward so you're not like this, but you're nice and straight and you're actually getting that stretch right into the quad. And then you can just switch sides. So whatever you're using for support, you can, but knees nice and close, nice and tall, and pushing the hips just slightly forward to get a good stretch right in the quad. And breathe. Okay. Another good quad stretch is to kind of step forward with one foot and do a lunge. Come down on that back knee, 90 degrees with both legs, and inch that front leg forward because you're going to lean forward a bit. You can put something under the knee to give it some support if that is too much, but you want the pressure to come in front of the knee, not directly on the kneecap. And you can just push forward a little bit and make sure that the knee is directly over the ankle. And we're going to get these quads and hip flexors stretched out. If you're super flexible and you need more of a stretch, you can just still support that hand on the front knee and raise up that same side stretch arm. So I have my right leg back, so I raise up my right hand and then just lean a little bit back and or to the side. But if you don't have the balance, have something next to you or just stick to this. You can have a chair in front of you to support yourself and just stretch out those flexors. And then if you bring your hands down to support your weight and just come back, bring that top foot back, bring it the other one forward. We're going to do the same stretch on the other side. Keep that knee above the ankle and stretching now the left hip flexors. Support your hands on your knees. We're still sitting up straight and we're not arching the back. We're slightly pushing the tailbone towards the floor, so we're not putting any added tension or pressure on the low back. And just take nice deep breaths, relaxing into the stretch. You put your hands back on the floor, bring that leg back, sit in a nice position wherever you're comfortable. The next one we're going to do is standing. And the hamstrings are always very important to stretch. This stretch you can do at a countertop, on your bed, anywhere where you have a surface that you can be kind of perpendicular. So for me, for the wall right here, I'm just going to put my hands on the wall and I'm going to step back and walk my hands gently down the wall. If you have like a counter in front of you, just grab the counter and walk your feet back until you're at a comfortable distance to just stretch those hamstrings, so the back of the legs, the low back, and the shoulders. And you can just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And relax the head, And we're pointing the tailbone towards the opposite wall, really stretching shoulders. We're not really arching the back so much, kind of pointing the tailbone back, elongating the spine, stretching hamstrings. And you can just walk your way back up the wall. Or if you're on a surface, then you can kind of walk your hands back and just gently stand up. Okay, now that we've stretched the hamstrings and the low back and shoulders a bit on the wall or the bed, come down onto all fours. If you would like, you can fold a blanket or fold a towel under the knees. That's more comfortable to support the knees. And we'll keep the hands, wrists directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we'll do what's called cat-cow, just to loosen up the back and the spine. So on the inhale, we're going to let the belly go towards the floor, and on the exhale, we'll bring the belly towards the spine, curving like a cat. So first we'll do cow. We're gonna focus on the hips going towards the ceiling. So on the inhale, hips and pelvis towards the ceiling, as well as the head. Belly go towards the floor, a nice big inhale, expanding the belly and opening up the chest. And on the exhale, we're going to roll the pelvis down underneath towards the belly button, pubic to belly button. Head towards, looking towards the belly. Exhale. Inhale, pelvis goes again towards the ceiling. And chest opens up. Look up. Gently expanding the belly, expanding the chest, and exhale. Pubic to the belly button again, rounding the spine to cat. Inhale towards the floor, opening the chest, pelvis up. Exhale, pelvis down. Curling in into the cat pose. Exhale, push the belly button toward the spine. And relax. You can sit your heels back, or your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms forward. Just rest your forehead on the floor or on a pillow, or on your hands, and let your body relax. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Alright, come back up to a tabletop position. All fours again. And this time we're going to do a little bit of arm movement. So we're going to put the weight into the left hand and raise the right arm up to the ceiling. A little bit. Upper back stretch. Feel any pain, just back off. Do more of both. Use elbow to open up the chest and rotate that upper back. Okay. Now we're going to switch. We're going to do the left arm. So inhale, arm up to the ceiling. If that is not accessible, then just do the elbow, and we're simply rotating to open up the chest, pressing the elbow towards the sky. And back down. And we'll do that again. Either open all the way or just the elbow, whichever. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale other side up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Twist. And exhale. One more time on the other side. Inhale up. And exhale down. I'm going to roll on to back. I just like to stretch long, arms up over the head, feet pressing to the opposite wall. And relax, hug your knees in towards the chest. Rock back and forth a bit, kind of a little self-massage. Back and forth. If you have the core strength and there is no pain, you are welcome to do a bit of a rock and roll, which is momentum. You just roll up and across the spine a bit to give yourself a bit of a massage. And then you can just stop on your back. Bring one leg up towards chest, hug it in, move the other leg flat on the floor. Nice deep breath. Now if you have your left leg, you put your left arm out across next to your shoulder. And then bring your left leg just across the body for spinal twist. If you're having low back tension, you can push the top hip towards the floor or towards the wall. Sometimes if I have my hip way up here, it'll give me some low back tension. So if I'm twisting, and I make sure my pelvis is in line on top and bottom in the twist, then it doesn't give me a hard time. And relax, bring it back to center, straighten that left leg or right leg, whichever one you had. All right, now grab the other leg, sit in. My right leg, so I'm gonna have my right arm out, stretched out across. And I'll just bring this right leg across to the left side, looking over my right shoulder and making sure if I feel any low back tension, I'm not crunching my side up, but I'm keeping a nice straight pelvis. Pushing it towards the floor or the wall towards my feet. And just breathe nice and deep. Let things relax. And release. Bring it back to center. I'd just like to feel if there's anything that's still pulling or feeling tense that I might need to do a little stretching. So as I lay here, I feel like, well, I need to get some neck stretches. You can sit up in any comfortable position. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on a pillow, on a bolster, and just have your hands nice and comfortable on your lap. We can start with some shoulder rotations. So we'll bring the shoulders up towards the ears, back, down to the front and around. That a few times. Go into the back. And keep breathing and rotate to the other direction. And relax. You can bring your right arm out in front of you. Grip right in between the elbow and the shoulder so you're not pushing on any specific joint. And give that shoulder a stretch. And switch sides. And relax. Bring your right arm up, hand behind the head. Left arm will grab that right elbow and press it towards the spine. Don't push into the head, and stretch that right tricep. And relax. Then we'll bring the left arm up, same thing. Stretch the tricep of the left arm, grab that left elbow with the right hand, and just pull it in towards the spine. And breathe. Do a little bit of twisting for the upper back, so you can raise your arms up and twist just a little bit. Bring that right arm back behind you. Twist towards the right, left arm on the right knee, left hand on the right knee, and just rotate to looking over your right shoulder. On the inhale, lengthen the spine. We're not leaning back, but we're keeping nice and straight. And on the exhale, you can twist a little deeper if you have it. If not, here, great. If you're further, if you're more flexible, that's great too. Just go where you are comfortable. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your head to the front, and you can gently untwist and relax. Bring your arms back up, just a little bit to the left. Bring that left arm behind you with a little bit of support there. You can have a kind of in a cup position on the floor. Bring that right arm to the left knee and look over the left shoulder gently. Lengthening the spine on the inhale and twisting on the exhale. And breathe. Your next inhale, look forward and untwist gently. Now for some neck movements, we can just go side to side with the neck. So right ear to right shoulder, gently stretch. Inhale, head back up to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. If you have vertigo, or if you have vertigo, high blood pressure, any issues with the inner ear or severe neck injuries, you might want to avoid a lot of neck movements. So we'll do side to side a few more times. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center, nice and slow. Exhale to the left. Inhale up the center. And exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. And exhale to the left. Alright, feeling pretty loose. Rotate my wrists a little bit, that's always nice. Bows loosened up. These big circles with the hands and arms. Opposite directions. Circles with the wrists, then work up to the elbows. Big circles into the shoulders. Back and around, elbows and wrists. Relax. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you have a good night's rest, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.